some shit. Should have been done this before doing it, before starting it. Shalom. It's all good still. About as straight as can be. Anyway, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm gonna give all your from the praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Hakodash. Thus it is world ignorantly and incorrectly called God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, and the extra paleo Hebrew language, that were honest to the elders and apostles, across the formers of the earth, that pushing and teaching this truth and our sincerity and righteousness, as well as you brothers out there that also pushing and teaching this truth, you Akim, and Shalom to the Aquafian, your very few sisters who are being in order and keeping the faith in the last days, and doing y'all need to be doing y'all need to be doing Salaki. And Shalom to the Lord's elect on the 44,000 and 1/3. Shalom to y'all, so we call ourselves the hopeful elect. Alright. Coming back to you through the spirit power, Yahweh Shemi Awashai, with another lesson in exaltation. And back on the Salaki. Back on the plow, man. You know what I'm saying? Bringing out the truth, bringing about the destruction of this place. You know, just doing my job, man. Back in the office, back where I need to be, man. It's Salaki. I should have done all this before I even started taking the sip, had to readjust the camera and all that. Something good as water. You know? Yeah, man, I'm back out here again, man. See what I'm gonna go through in the spirit. Well, I know a few things. You know, something I've been watching with the brother fuck. I need to do better on the names, man. With this matter of fact, I'll show you. With this brother here, he was going into the how potentially either, you know, NATO or Russia could possibly do something to the communication systems, the cables down there underneath the over there and underneath the sea. I forgot where it was or where it is. Salakia. Let's see. Yeah, I probably won't be able to see it that good because of the lighting, but this brother here, this is YouTube channel GMS Awakening 144K, right? That's his YouTube channel. Go and subscribe and be edified, man. I believe his name Barack Gabar, I believe. Low willing that that's the name. If not, then Salaki for me butchering his name or forgetting his name. But he was going to and I got the article. I'm gonna just go straight to the article. And he brought this out in his video as well. And the article reads: Russia could cause worldwide internet blackouts by sabotaging the undersea cables as NATO warned over danger posed to defenseless cables used for vital infrastructure. Right? So you got this article that came out when it came out April 10th, 2025 at 10:55, I believe it in the AM, most likely. And it been updated at 12:52, April 10th, 2025. Right? So it basically something that's going on with the communication cables down there under the sea, and they made talking about it could be a blackout because Russia may cut it or do something to it, man. which we already know that these devils, they constantly always like to throw the blame, you know what I'm saying, on everybody else other than their own selves, and really represent NATO, right? You know, Esau, you know what I'm saying, with the NATO nations, well, NATO as a whole, and as well as Babylon, you know, America, you know, we love Slocky, trying to talk fast and shit. We know that they love to blame anybody else other than themselves, right? But anyway, that's why they throwing the blame card towards Russia, thinking that they finna do it, or they thinking about doing it and all that. No, it's really, you know, shit. They probably throwing it out there like that, only try to cover their ass, man. You know, to cover their own selves. So they want to look at, oh, they're the ones that really did it. You know. Let me just read some of the article real quick. And it said Russia could trigger worldwide internet blackouts by sabotaging undersea cables with its shadow fleet. NATO defense chief have been warned. Telecoms giants fear telecoms giants fear the critical network of underwater cables are defenseless and at the mercy of tyrant Vladimir Putin. Writing to the UK, EU, and NATO, firms include firms including Vodafone, OT Honor, so like an O2 Honor, Telefokin, Telefocan, Telephone, whatever, and Orange, warned action was needed following a string of suspected Russian attacks on the data lines, on the data lines. In a chilling opening letter to defense chief, the companies wrote the repercussions, the repercussions of damage to subsea cables extend far beyond Europe, potentially affecting global internet and power infrastructure, international communications, financial transactions, and critical services worldwide. So with these cables, it is connect. All they place these cables down the other sea. You know what I'm saying? Where they think nobody gonna mess with it, nobody gonna fuck with it, right? It's safe down there. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? And these cables are connected to vast majorities of countries that help run the whole world, right? As you got, matter of fact, let me go. Let me see something about that. Let me see. I just type in what are the undersea cables used for, you know, just to get a brief and you know what I'm saying simple understanding of what they are. hmm Let's see. I'm gonna get straight to the point with it. I ain't finna read the AI overview. Fuck that shit. But matter of fact, I read the top of it. I just read this first thing in the AI overview. It says undersea cables, also known as submarine cables, are fiber optic cables laid on the ocean floor that serve as the backbone of the global internet, carrying the vast majority of international data and voice traffic. You know, it helped transfer the calls and all that that you make to one person on the other side of the world to the other, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. Let's see. All right, this one I'm gonna read. Today, they are used for power. They're used for power transmission to oil rigs, carry power generated from offshore wind farms to power stations, and create inter-country and island connections. Submarine communication cables carry around 90% of the world's cross-continent data traffic. So most of everything that you have You know what I'm saying? Electronically wise, like all your information that's on the internet, you know what I'm saying? These whatever they need to send over to another country or somewhere, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Matter of fact, your transactions that you make that come from across the whole other side of the world, right? China, where they make most of the stuff that America receive, right? Is there any more of this? No. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see if there any more of it. Nah, not really. Fuck it. Going back to the article, where was that? Yeah, right here. Subsea cable security must be a cornerstone of broader infrastructure protection efforts. But at the now, we can safeguard the networks that underpin our shared future. More than 500 cables are used to carry about 95% of all international data. They crisscross the seabed. They crisscross the seabed, but their remote location makes them harder to defend. So really, they saying like these cables, they really are important to us, but yet they are defenseless. Anybody can come fuck them up. You know, and with these devils, they so thirsty for power that they end up doing some things that still fuck them over. You know, like it's shit. Case of point, these tariffs, right? They placing these tariffs upon China, and not knowing it's really hurting the American people. You basically bringing up more prices for the things that y'all want. That was Trump is doing. That's exactly what Trump is doing. Bringing up the prices on things that are over here. That over the prices over here are going up, but they putting taxes on the things that's coming over here, right? But really, it's hurting the American people. Uh, Several suspected sabotage attacks have already taken place, with defense sources pointing the finger of blame squarely at the Kremlin and amid claims its shadow Salaki. Amid claims its shadow fleet of commercial vessels have been used. Russia has denied any involvement. And they constantly trying to push Russia out there like they doing it all because their fleets are out there, man. You know, I'm not saying that Russia ain't doing nothing. At the end of the day, I don't fall with nobody. You know what I'm saying, or either side. I don't. I'm not with America. I'm not with Russia. I'm not with Iran. I'm not with nobody else. I'm with the Lord, man. I'm with Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, right? So anything that I'm saying, I'm not saying, what I'm saying, that I know anything I don't know. I'm just throwing out guesses. I'm throwing out my own opinion, right? The vast majority of attacks have taken place in the Baltic Sea, where 11 subsea cables have been damaged since October 2023. Damn. Similar outages have occurred in the North Sea. Uh, well, really, that's all I'm gonna get. Now, what I really want to read this for, and the brother went into his video as well. It's talking about worldwide internet blackouts, meaning you ain't gotta have no communication, you ain't gotta have no way of eating. You know what I'm saying? You gonna need a way of starting fire unless you don't know how to start it yourself, right? But that could be even difficult because in a blackout it's gonna be real dark, especially when it be nighttime. It's gonna be real dark. You won't be able to see. You won't be able to watch the way you're going. You won't be able to shit. So if you try to drive out there, that shit even hard. You know, you're gonna need a street lights or whatever to try to guide your way still, even with the little bit of lights that you have in your vehicle. You know, Call law Yahweh Shemi Awashah 144. Call law Yahweh Shemi Awashah. But anyway, man, I'm gonna bring up an account that's similar to this back in Egypt, right? Again, same thing that the brother went into his video, right? I'm gonna bring it out in mine as well. We're going to Exodus chapter 10, verse 21. And this is, I think it was a ninth plague. Yeah, the ninth plague that he said that was brought upon Egypt with the darkness that had been done upon them, right? So this is the book of Exodus chapter 10, verse 21. And it reads, And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand towards heaven, that there may that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. You know? And it's saying that it's gonna be so dark that you can feel it, man. You know? It say it was so dark you can feel it. With the Egyptians, man, they ain't had no light. This plague was meant for the Egyptians mainly, man. You know? And to the Israelites that didn't even hearken to the message. But yet, ultimately, all of Israel was protected and led out of that, man. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. Right. So all of Israel have been good, man. All of Israel have been good. Well, on this side, it's gonna be likened to the same thing. But yet the wicked of our people will be suffering as well. Right? Back then, all of Israel was good. Everybody was protected, right? Except the Egyptians, of course. They was but they was completely bugged out. They started seeing spirits. They started seeing demons. What the fuck? They started seeing demons, man. You know, because of the thick darkness. That try to say that like fucking 5 times faster. Thick darkness covered all of them, man. All the Egyptians, right? They couldn't see. They was in their houses crying, balling up in the little corner. You know how you get as a little child, you may get scared of the darkness or whatever, and you get balled up or you hide underneath your covers, right? You know, then you start to imagine some scary things or whatever, right? Matter of fact, I can back that up with that Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. Wisdom of Solomon, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse. I'm gonna start at verse 1. And it reads, For great are thy judgments, and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnatural souls have erred. Right. Verse 2. For when unrighteousness meant, so like when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered with the bonds of a long night, laid their exile from the eternal providence. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. And when you look at that word apparition, it's going to spirits, man. They were seeing demons, man. Right? They were seeing some scary shit. They were seeing they was they were seeing some scary shit. You know, I can honestly imagine some of the things that they may have saw, man. You know, seeing what people call ghosts, right? Just you know what I mean by scary shit, man. You know, them little monsters that you seen as a little child, right? But it was elevated on a whole nother level. With these spirits that they saw, it was on a whole nother level than what you saw as a child, man. Uh, Verse 4. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear. Right. like I said, they ball up in the corner. You try hiding in the corner where even darkness dwell at still, right? You still being covered over darkness. You still have even the walls behind you can't even protect you, man, from the things that you might see, right? Ain't nothing that these Egyptians, right, the Hamites, ain't nothing that they could do to stop from seeing the things that they saw. You know, honestly, I can imagine, man. I could imagine. But noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance. They were scared of shit, man. Like I said, no power of the fire might give them light. Neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten the horrible night, man. Right. Um, verse 6. Only there, and I'm gonna get all this in the NOT, in the GNT. You see what it says. Verse 6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. That's torture, man. That's torture. And ooh, yeah, that's Wisdom of Solomon, 17 verse 1. In the Good News, in the Good News translation, "O Lord Yahweh, your acts of judgment are marvelous and hard to explain. That is why people who had not been taught about them went astray." Exactly. As that's what scripture come to mind when we say that we knowing therefore the terror of the Lord we persuade men. It, honestly, half of the words that we ever come out with explaining some of the things that we explain to you, even about the Lord and His judgment. No words, man. No words. No, just no words. We just all we can tell you is that if you fuck up, you fuck up. You know, you fuck up, you're gonna get fucked up. You know, and of course that also meant for us as we bringing out the truth, as we telling y'all these same things. The Lord can also do the same thing to us, man. If we don't watch what we do, you know. So hey, man, hey, trying to explain to you doing right and getting yourselves right, man. And if you don't, you're gonna get fucked up, man. We just can't express that enough. You stop. Don't get on the Lord's bad side. You know, just don't get on His bad side. Verse 2. When lawless people imagined that they had your holy nation in their power, talking about the Hamites, they were themselves imprisoned in a long night of darkness, 3 days. They lay in their own houses, shut off from your internal care. It's like eternal. They thought that their sins had been secret and unnoticed, shielded from view by a dark curtain of forgetfulness. But now they were horribly afraid, confused, and terrified by ghostly forms. Right, those strange apparitions, right? Those spirits, as they want to call them, strange apparitions, but we know about it as spirits, man. You know? And really, what that part said, they thought that their sins had been secret and unnoticed, shielded from view by the dark curtain of forgetfulness. They think you can reference that to Israel now, most definitely. You know, Israel think that that the things that they're doing are being held. You know, it's like it being shielded. Like, oh yeah, I'm finna go fuck this bitch, fuck this nigga bitch. You know, and shit, ain't nobody seeing it, ain't nobody worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Just fuck and just goddamn dip on. Nah, the Lord sees you though, right? The Lord sees you. You want to go to commit adultery? Hey, the Lord sees that, man. You niggas out there that love pussy so much that want to go after another man's wife. Hey, Go ahead. Just go ahead. When the Lord judge you, the Lord judge you, man. Verse 4. Not even really. That's crazy. I saw that motherfucker landed too, and he just accepted the faith. Verse 4. Damn. Verse 4. Not even the dark corners where they lay could protect them from fear. Like Jake just in the corner balling up and shit. they were they were surrounded by horrible noises, grim grim spirits with gloomy faces appeared before their eyes. No fire had no fire had power to give them light, and the brilliant stars could do nothing to relieve that deathly darkness, man. Not even the stars above could really shine enough light for anybody to see, man. That's crazy, you know. And let's not even forget about the moon. Shoot, I think what happened last night. Yeah, last night I went outside and I seen the moon just giving her light, man. It been beautiful, man. I wish I could have taken a picture, honestly. I wish I should have taken a picture of that, cause that was beautiful, man. The Lord got some good creations out here, man. Some beautiful, beautiful creations. Henceforth, the sun, the moon, the stars. You know, that stuff. Salaki. Again, going back to the point, you cannot express enough on how the Lord really does for His people, man. You just can't express enough words to even give it more justice. You know. But anyway, verse 6. There was only a dreadful fire lit by no human hand that shone on them, and in their terror they believed that the real world was even worse than the things they imagined. Damn, man. Damn. That's all I can say about that. Is just damn. They were going through torture, man. Right? And I'm actually show you what the Lord had really did to them, man. What that Isaiah, I believe 66. Con. Isaiah 66 and verse 4. Salaki. I also will choose their delusions. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Salaki. I'm excited. Let me start over. Salaki. Isaiah, Isaiah 66, verse 4. And it reads, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. And this really reference to those to Israel, to all the Israelites, man. So-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, those that don't want to hearken to the message, right? That don't want to do what the Lord said. When I spake, they did not hear. But did they but they did evil before my eyes, and choose that in which I delight not. Uh, verse 5. Hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let the Lord be glorified, but he shall appeal to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. Right. Hey man, regardless of y'all hearing this message, hearing what we gotta say, so you walking by and being like, oh, they don't know what they talking about. They don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? Man, the Lord is all about love. It's all about color. Not all about color, all about love, right? He loves everybody, right? Well, we'll see how much the Lord loves everybody once he brings his judgment upon everybody, man. We'll see. We'll see, man. But, and I just want to get that out, what I'm saying? Bring that out, you know. Okay, it was on my spirit to bring it out, man, as I'm watching that Brother live, and you just going about the darkness and the blackouts, that's funny coming. Hey, that also had me to think about, the family and the word. That's another thing. Let me get that. The family. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Exactly. And you see how everybody's just walking by, just smoking their cigarettes, goddamn getting their liquor, having fun. I think some shit about to happen here real soon. With Jakes and their little dirt bikes and shit like that, man. I don't know what the fuck it is. That my step grandfather told me about, asking if I was going. I told him no, I ain't going. I ain't doing shit today, man. You know, the only thing I really want to do is just get my damn fruit and just stay the fuck home. You know, 'cause I was planning on even going somewhere, just going to the store just to get some stuff, and that's really it. You know, see shit goddamn flying all over the place. It's lucky. But as you see, man, everybody living they little lavish lives or whatever. Everybody going about their day. You know, just having no cares in the world. No cares in the world. Right? As in the days of Noah, they do to drink, have fun, have sex, do all this and that, right? It's Israel, man. It's Israel. For the days of Noah. As in the book of Matthew, and I believe in the book of Matthew and the book of Luke, they put as Noe. Noe. Let's see. I'm gonna get it in Luke. Uh Luke chapter 17, Salaki. Luke chapter 17, verse. I'm gonna start at verse 22. And he said unto the disciples, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, this is red letter. The days will come when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and ye shall not see it. God damn, this win. Verse 23, and they shall say to you, see here or see there, go not after them, nor follow them. For as the lightning that lighteth out of the one part under heaven, shineth unto the other part of the heaven, so shall the Son of Man be in his day. But first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. And that's that's what's gonna happen to us real soon, man. And really that been us this whole time. You know? As we continue to follow the ways of the Lord and trying to follow his law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, you know, this generation, this world is starting to hate us even more and more and more, right? Especially since the things are unfolding, man. We're bringing out the truth and shaking the whole world. It's lucky. This truth is really shaking the whole world. We stirring up the whole earth with this truth, man. Right? Cause the whole world has been so used to wickedness, man. You know, this whole world is so used to wickedness. And once righteousness finally flourishes through the earth, man, it will be. Let me get that scripture, Salakia. Let me hold that. With the wicked bird ruler, wicked ruler. There we go. Proverbs chapter 29. Yeah, I get straight to the point. Verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. You seen people rejoicing now? You seen people all happy, flourishing? You say, yeah, then that's for a whole nother reason. That is not of righteousness. It's not of righteousness. These people are happy after. These people happy. Damn. These people are happy for getting Jordans and getting a whole new car. You know what I'm saying? Going these trips and all that. And all that shit in vain. When you see things going on, and it just been another plane crash, a whole another plane crash over there in Florida, a helicopter crash over there in New York City, right? And those ain't just as much as the other plane crashes that unfolded with the Boeing incident and all that other stuff. Man, motherfuckers still traveling, still flying. Shit, Israel is so fucking wicked that they will find ways around it. They found Israel is so wicked they'll find ways around the Lord's judgment. Oh, since their plane crashes, I'm gonna find a whole nother way. I'm gonna go on a cruise. Like the Lord won't have a cruise ship sink right now. There's cruises out there that's happening right now, and the Lord can instantly, and I mean instantly, bring those ships down, just like the Titanic. I mean, there's no getting away. There's no getting around getting away from the Lord's judgment, man. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the people are mourning still, man. You see all the videos that the MAGA people making about Trump, right? And the shit that he doing, right? These people, they was once for Trump, man, right? And what's his name? Aiden Ross, that kick streamer or whatever, that faggot ass nigga. You know, even he want Trump was on his stream at one time, right? During the whole battle on who may win the election, right? They had what was it? Donald Trump be going to what the fuck were you doing? Basically going to like streamers and be on their stream. He was on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? And at one point in time, sent all this shit going about TikTok. This man even said what he said, man. I'm all over the place too, damn. But it was a time while all that was going on, when Trump going on these different social media platforms, you know, and one time he been to TikTok, and he was like, oh, this thing, you know, and not that really in his words, round the words of what he said. I don't want to try to butcher it. He saying the lines of like, oh, this little thing here fun. You should keep this around a little while. Why do you think he's staying? Why do you think he stayed pushing back the days of when the TikTok get banned, right? As well as trying to buy it. You know, it is wicked as hell. It's not even owned by China, first of all. You know, it's not even owned by China. They saying it is, but yet it's owned by these damn fucking wicked ass elites, man. You know, that is something that's easy to fucking see. Cause all the things that's going on, all the community guidelines that people receiving for telling the truth, man. Right? They stay shadow banning these videos, man. You know, and let it be something that actually important, and they didn't take it down, but yet they won't let you save the video, right? When you try to save a video that seem important, they won't let you, or they won't even let you repost it. You know, these devils are so fucking wicked. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked, right? And this man is high minded as fuck too. Ooh, damn. Let me go back to let me go back to the blackout topic real quick. I forgot this one video I wanted to bring out. Going back to the time, I forgot when this was posted. It was posted by a brother like a cute couple of days ago, you know. And after watching the stay forgetting brothers' names, man. I hate that, man. I keep forgetting names. But with the brother of the video I showed you earlier, right? Trying to bring this point out, trying to find words to speak. This is all going on with the whole blackouts and the things that's going on, man. And the famine of the word that I brought out. Right. Yeah, there we go. With the famine of the word and the famine of, you know what I'm saying, bread and all that. You know, you got over here in Britain, you know what I'm saying, the UK and all that, you may have a blackout and you won't have us teaching no more, right? And this is what they doing over there in Britain. TBN Tonight with me, Martin Daubney. In the UK. Now, the Labour-ran Rushmore Borough Council has sparked outrage by proposing a sweeping injunction that could see Christian street preachers imprisoned for up to 2 years if the injunction is breached. Now, over claims of causing offence or distress. Now, under the proposed terms, Christians will be banned from praying for individuals, handing out religious leaflets or Bibles by hand, and laying hands on people in prayer, even with their permission. These people don't want to see you chasing after the Lord, man. These people don't want to see you winning, man. They don't want to see you actually doing the right thing, right? That's why they casting out many lies and many deceiving things, man. That's why they doing all this, to hide the truth, and this truth is out here regardless. It's out here regardless, man. You know, so real soon, the prophet's gonna be off of the streets with the shit. You know, when the many things that finna unfold, man. Right, that great persecution. There you go. The great persecution that we finna go through. As the Lord said, we finna go through all that, man. All that He went through, we will go through also. Boston, let me bring out this other video with Trump ass. His proud ass, man. Hey, hey, once you hear this video, man, you cannot say that the Lord did not set this man up. You cannot say that the Lord did not set this man up. The Spirit had this man to say this, man. So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking. So somebody. And he talking about the tariffs. He talking about with the whole tariff war with China as well. Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning because this man basically feel the need to say that only because he think they I don't know what going on right there in that interview or what he doing, but trying to do 2 things at once, 3 things, 5 things, shit. What, Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4, and the Egyptians talking about the Hamites really, but it's talking about America. It's talking about Babylon the Great. There we go. Why the fuck I can't get the words out? Isaiah 19 verse 4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord. Donald Trump, Nero, he's that cruel lord, man. He's here. You know, that's him. That's Nero, most definitely, man. Now, as Ed Apostle Hart first had brought out that this man could be Nero, and many fucking evidence are being brought out to show that this man is definitely Nero. He definitely that cruel lord, right? And a fierce king shall rule over you, saith the Lord. The Lord Yahweh talks about the Lord of hosts, the Lord of heaven's armies, man. That's the angels, chariots, right? But this man is fucking proud as hell. The pride. What Obadiah? Let's see, Obadiah verse 3. I mean, yeah, verse 3. Start at verse 3. The pride of thy heart had deceived thee, that thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? This man thinking that, hey, listen, just listen. They had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning because we're the piggyback. We're the one that all these countries, including the European Union, wants to rob and takes advantage of. European Union, $200 billion. China, more than $500 billion. Sorry, I was put here by people. Listen. I was put here by people
to do a great job. And that's what I'm doing.
He was put here by people, really, through them people by the Lord. I mean, through the Lord by them people. So I can rephrase that. Through Yahweh, Bahashemi Awashai setting Trump up through these small hats, right? Cause that's who really set this man up. The small hats really did it, man. You know, you see the man over there, where he at in Ireland, of course, kissing the wall. Man pulling chair for Benjamin Netanyahu, and what is this man doing? Damn, it's a little quote unquote ceremony ritual, whatever they do before the presidents actually get elected or get, yeah, you know. I mean, they the truth. You can't go against the truth, man. Anything, damn, them motherfuckers flying over that fucking, damn, motherfucker flew right over that fucking track. God damn. But you can't say that GMS doesn't have the truth, man. Right? As I got it right here, in my little what that subheading, whatever you want to call it. The GMS always been right, and with the little 100% sign emoji or whatever. GMS has always been right. You just gotta have the spirit to see this. You just gotta have the spirit to see the things that we have, man, or that we see, man. You know, but we know that it's only a remnant. It's only a very small amount of people that be able to see this, and it doesn't really even matter if you see it or not, right? It's all that matters if you believe it and you actually apply it to you, man. Let me get this real quick. Verse 4, same book, Obadiah, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. Right? The Lord set this man up to be that cruel Lord. And you see the things he's saying. I am the chosen one, right? This man been chosen by the Lord, man. Hey, you just can't make none of this stuff up. And those who go against the truth, those who got them, those who scorn against us with the things that we bringing out, all the odds are gonna get caught left off guard. So it's okay. Just like Puzzle Gabar, we are happy that y'all are against this truth. We are happy. We are happy. Okay, it's doing what it's supposed to do. We are doing what we're supposed to do, and we seeing the results of it. And the result match up to what they did to Yahweh Shai. And the Lord said, you should go do the same thing. So we are doing the same, we are doing the right thing as the prophets of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, of the Lord, man. We doing the right thing. Let me get the book of Daniel, chapter 12. I'm gonna start at 9. And he said, go that way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end. We bringing out the truth now, man. This word, this knowledge been hidden for a while, for many, many, many years, right? Salaki. Man, I had a brain fart. Damn. I hate when that shit happens, man. Come on, yeah, this truth been hidden for many years, and now we bringing it out now, right? The Lord don't open our eyes. He don't open the elect eyes, man, right? To bring out the truth and to teach and bring out this truth to you, man. To reach all the other elect, right? Hopefully we are of that number, right? Verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, right? Many could be tried with this truth. You're gonna receive it, right? Or you're not gonna receive it. You can believe in it or you're not, man. Right? But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. But the elect will understand, right? So it doesn't even matter if you understand, you get the truth or whatever. You go through all the things, you go through some suffering, and you quit and you bitch out, you know. Hey man, only the men, the elect, will get the truth, will strive for the truth, will endure through all the sufferings that the Lord said that we must go through, man. Hey, We not making none of this stuff up, man. We not making none of this stuff up. You can see in our walk. You should know them by their fruit, right? What that scripture? What how it was? Um, damn, I have to cheat a little bit. Yeah, I'm at cheat a little bit, Salaki. There's one main scripture that I was trying to get. What was that? Let me see. Let me see. Salaki, bear with me. Bear with me. I feel like it's in the book of Matthew. I know that for sure. Either the book of Matthew or Mark. Damn. Uh, and I can't really paraphrase it because I don't know how it's phrased. Or I don't forgot how it's phrased. Matter of fact, I'll bring this out. Second Timothy. Yeah, I'll go ahead and bring this out. Second Timothy 2 and verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. That's what the elect will do on this side, right? Because they know the importance of the truth. They know the importance of getting the truth down pat 100% to make sure that those who may understand it, those who may hear it, will understand it, right? Because you can't just tell tell the people anything or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They go back and try to warn somebody else, and they doing the same thing. And whatever you told them may not be the truth fully, right? Or it could be likened to a lie. You know, that's why we constantly study. You know what I'm saying, on the topics that we have went over, the topics that we have already done, right? And we constantly go over the same things. You know, as the other apostles always said, going back to the basics. I'm be back to the basics, right? And for you, music lovers, hip hop lovers, or whatever, the one rapper, Quantum Rondo, who he's from Savannah, he had this one song called "Back to the Basics," right? Back to the basics, back to the basics. Salaki. But that's what we constantly always do, regardless, man. Going back to the basics to make sure the elect will have the true and right understanding, right? This is I'm just going through a couple scriptures. Let's see. Hmm. Kind of, I'm just bringing out whatever at this point now. You know, main parts I already brought out, and let me go through some videos, see what all need to be brought out. Yeah. Let me bring this out too. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this video out for y'all real quick. And this also going back to, you know what I'm saying, the scorners, those who go against us, you know. And this really I'll just let it play. I ain't finna try to talk too much.
of the rapture, a world leader will emerge as a hero. He will be most convincing yet deceiving, but people will love him. Will he be the beast? For the first 3.5 years, he will appear to be a savior, a hero, miraculously solving world problems. But in the middle of the 7 years tribulation, the evil becomes apparent in him. Well, what about the mark? Open my Bible, honey, to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. Okay, 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Does that mean people will have to wear the mark? Oh, my, yes. People can't buy food or clothes or anything. Gasoline.
You can't buy no water. Can't buy no toys that your child want. You can't buy that. You can't buy that nice ass car that you've been wanting for a while. No, none of that. You can't buy shit without that mark.
Well, that sounds like Dad's credit card.
Shit, even probably when you come to a point where you won't be able to shit. You probably won't be able to shit without that mark.
Well, now, to a lot of people, it will seem like a new type of credit card, and people will welcome it. Well, what about the people who don't want to take the mark? The only people who won't want the mark are those who become believers, and a lot of those will be killed by the beast or the Antichrist.
The elect
You
of the
mean that a
nation of
person
Israel.
can become a Christian after
That's
the
only
rapture?
for the Israelites.
The 144,000 sealed missionaries from Israel will be responsible for leading
144,000 and one-third multitude of the nation of Israel.
multitudes to receive Christ as their Messiah. Well, what happens to the people who take the mark?
They're going to die.
Look up Revelation, I believe it's chapter 14, verse 10 or 11.
I get it out because they ain't going to read the part that actually need to be read. And I might just end on this. I ain't about to lie. You know what I'm saying? It's just the same thing. It's the same old thing that we constantly bring out. Right? Revelation chapter 14, I'm going to start at verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That's something that you be goddamn, man. We ain't not talking fast shit. Let me talk slow, lad. Talk slow. That fornication going to them pushing that mo activity. You gotta accept people for who they is, right? LGBTQ, so on and so forth. The alphabet community, man. You gotta accept that, right? As well as all religions, all forms of religions. You gotta accept all this, all that we bringing to you. Talking about Babylon the Great, the harlot, right? You gotta accept everything that we giving unto you, man, right? You know, when they want to make a deal with another country, you gotta accept this, right? In order to deal with us. Fucking Babylon. Anyways, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. That's Yahweh Shai and the angels, right? And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever, and they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Verse 12, here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua. Verse 13, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, said the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. Right, man. Again, we constantly bringing out the same old thing, constantly attacking this, only because attacking that doctrine that these false prophets, IUIC, IGBK, you can take the chip, you can take it, whatever, right? The mark of the beast of sin, right? They constantly love to throw that out, and they're going to cause a lot of Israelites to die. They're going to cause a lot of Israelites to die only because of their foolishness, all because they want to, all for the love of money, all for the love of money, right? They want to bend their knees to the white man, right? They want to bow down to the white man, to the so-called white man, to Esau, right? That will Bishanate, General Yohana, all them guys that teach against the mark of the beast. You know, it's just a constant cycle with these guys, man. You know, and again, we constantly say the same thing, but yet we mean it deeply down to the spirit. If they don't teach the truth, if they don't teach that the mark of the beast is the Michael's chip, that you really have to receive it in your right hand or your forehead, right? Either in your hand, it does not fucking matter whichever you take it, regardless. Anyway, you take that chip, you're gonna die. You're gonna die, right? And all because it sounds foolishness or whatever. Cool, right? Let it sound foolishness, but yet, watch the truth that we say will save multiple lives. But you niggas, man, you false prophets. That's all he is, false prophets, right? And you continue to follow whoever, the congregation that follows them. Y'all continue to be zombies and following them in their little doctrine, man. Not knowing that they are the same ones that are going to lead you down to the lake of fire to burn, man. Right? All because y'all don't have a brain for yourself. You know? Man, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end on that, Lord willing. Y'all was edified through the spirit power. How about Shemal Shai? Until next time, may come out with another edifying lesson, man. Right? I'm going to give all even the praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rahak, the water for another chance to come out here, man. Until next night, Shalom. And about the ball, until next, Shalom.